using the Slay Your contour palette from Slay Cosmetics. I'll be using, as you can see, it's been well loved. I'll be using the middle lightest colour here, which is a yellow undertone, and the darkest contour as well. The lightest colour here, and I'm just dabbing my brush into there. I'm going to be using it just on the apple of the cheek, going up towards the top of the cheekbone. Tilt this way, that's perfect. Tops of the cheekbones, I'll also be going in the centre of the forehead. What this does is it makes the forehead appear a little bit more rounder, and when you go to contour it gives that sun-kissed look and contrast on that area. Okay, so I'm going to highlight the nose as well, and I'm just going to use my ring finger just to place just on the tip of the nose. Apply some light just to the chin, just to give the face more of a triangular shape, and then a little bit just on the cupid's bow. Blend out all of the light areas and look up for me. So I'm going to go quite close directly underneath the eye and just take it out. Blending, I'm just patting the brush in. This is more of a square kind of rectangular shaped brush, so when you're patting in it's almost acting as if it's a beauty blender, so it's just buffing it in and pressing it into the skin really nicely. It's all blended. I'm going to be using the lightest contour shade. I'm just going to be using this just to add a bit of warmth around the face, so I'll be going underneath the cheekbone, around the hairline and slightly around the nose. Contouring the nose slightly, so I'm going to use just the product on this end of the brush, just really lightly. I'm just going around the sides of the nose, just really lightly. And turn this way for me, that's it. Now I'm going to take the deepest contour, and I'm just going to take this really lightly just underneath the cheekbone. And the best way to find your cheekbone, if you can't visibly see it, is either by sucking in your cheeks or by going from the top of the ear towards the... Okay, so I'm buffing this out, but I'm keeping it really close to where I've applied the product, just so you can get that real contour definition. Whereas if you blend too much, you're going to lose that cheek. To use a translucent powder just to set in areas. I do find that the formula of this is quite matte, which is really good, so you don't need it to use as much powder as you might usually use with other cream contours. So I'm just patting in. I'll be using the Zenobia Slay Cosmetics liquid lipstick. This is a real bronze tone, and I'll be using this on the eyes. So if you close your eyes, that's it. And I'll just be buffing this all the way across the lip. I started off with a transition colour in the crease, which I just used any bronzer, and now I'm applying this all over the lid. And I'm doing it in pressing motions, just so it gets... So I'm going to use it with a slightly smaller brush underneath the eye, just so it gives that real bronze look. It really makes the eye colour pop. I'm going to use a dark brown eyeliner just in the waterline. And I'm going to smudge this down just to give that really nice sultry, smoky look. So now I've made sure that you can't see any part of the lash line with the liner. I'm going to blend it with a smaller brush, just so it doesn't look as harsh. I'm going to use, look down for me, I'm going to use a soft brown just on the outer corner of the eye, just so it links with the underneath smoke. And I'm going to be blending this out. I'm going to use the liquid light in It's Lit. Look up for me. I'm going to use this just on the inner corner. This is going to make the eyes appear brighter despite having a smoky eye. I think sometimes people worry that it's too dark. Yeah, some people worry that a smoky eye appears a little bit dark, but by adding the light it gives a really nice contrast. And look down for me. So I'm just really blending it into the inner corner. Use a little bit just on the brow bone, just to give the brows a little bit more lift. I'm going to use the Liquid Lights in It's Lit on top of the cheekbones as well. So I'm just patting this with my finger. I prefer to not use a brush as I've already powdered, so I feel like it would move what's underneath too much by using a brush. Just applying the liquid highlight pretty much in anywhere that I applied the light yellow highlight in the Slay Your Contour palette, just to give that extra bit of brightness. So now I'm going to use the Liquid Lights just on top of the collarbones as well. And you can really see it just gives a really nice glow, so it's not just on your face, it gives it to the body as well. And I'll be using the liquid lipsticks in Zenobia and O'Malley for the lips. I'll be using O'Malley to use as a base, and then I'll be using Zenobia on top just to give a little bit of a bronze fit. Now I've used O'Malley all over the lip, I'm going to use Zenobia just in the centre, and I'm just patting it in. This is a really nice Christmassy red.